Israel. Oh, Israel. Y'all don't know this about me, but I used to play. I played the clarinet for 4 years. Yeah. My music teacher, guys, was Dr. Lee, uncle of Spike Lee. I grew up in Brooklyn. I told you that, guys. Oh, Israel. I need you to wake up. I need you to see what happened to you, to see who did it. Ask yourself a question today, Israel. Are you standing with a wayward tribe? Are you? You might possibly be. Oh, yeah. You might be an idol worshiper and didn't even realize it. Are you with Israel? Huh, Israel? Are you with Israel? There's people on here, man, that will tell y'all. They'll say stuff like, it's tribe on tribe. This is tribal. But they haven't showed you what tribe. Oh, no. They haven't showed you shit. I'm showing you it. Right here on this front line. Every Shabbat. That's out of love. It's out of nothing but love for my people, love for my Creator. That's all I'm here for, guys. Never forget. I'm amazed. Mimi said last week that Israel's enemy was too close for comfort. That's one hell of a statement. And ain't it the truth? You see people to this day revere this tribe, guys, who stabbed Yosef in the back. You hear it to this day. I had a woman send me, just on the other side of my land, guys, she sent me another YouTuber's video. Oh yeah, she did. Thought she was educating me. I never sent this woman anything. Had she only asked, she would have gotten. I told her I do a Torah study, guys. Don't I? I told her I do this every Saturday too, honey. So I can't attend yours, but, you know, send me something of yours and I would view it. Instead, she sent me another YouTuber, guys. I watched 5 minutes and I was out of there. As soon as I heard that idol's name, gotta go. She called me later. So are you telling me, Sister Shamar, that you don't accept JC? Y'all would have died laughing. I told her, hell no. That lady ain't called me back since. She sure haven't, you know, and I don't care. I don't care. She told me flat out, I'm from the tribe of Judah. She told me that flat out, guys. Woohoo! More power to you, honey. Stand with Judah. Because I stand with Israel. Who do you stand with? Ask yourself a good question today. Who are you standing with? Are you more dedicated to a tribe than you are to your nation? Than you are to your Creator? Because Israel was a nation. It was not a standalone tribe. You de facto from Israel, you de facto from the Creator. Get the hell on out of here. Let the door hit you where you would split. Yeah. You'd have left the back door open though, didn't they? Good old Utah. That's my new name for them. Utah, because they always screaming, Utah, tribe, Utah, the Lion of Utah. Keep it up. I done told y'all. I hope you got your fringes on when mama comes back. I done told y'all that. I really do. Shout out to everybody screaming, Utah. Because over here on the front line, we screaming, Israel. Where is Israel, guys? Follow the promise. Okay? Don't get lost in the sauce, y'all, of everybody screaming for this traitor. This traitorous tribe. All right? Don't get lost in that. Because I showed you in the book. Who left the back door open for Assyria? Who called in Assyria the biggest, baddest bully on their little brother? Judah. Judah did it. Who broke away from Israel? Judah. Who made their own kingdom? Judah. Who brought the book back? Judah. So keep screaming Judah. I'm screaming Israel. Wake up. Who's that in the background, guys? What's that picture in the background? Oh, I like this picture a lot. I don't want to glorify an idol, though. Let's be careful, guys. What I'm saying, though, is that this picture showed us that they left a clue in the middle of the desert for us. They left us a clue. Damn sure did. Let's not get lost, though, guys. This would be an idol. So we're not worshiping this. We're talking about the clue they left us. All right? So as soon as this episode is over, this picture's out of here. I'm showing you guys a potential trail today. I kept saying, what happened to Joseph? What happened to the little brother? Huh? Let's see what I think might have happened to the little brother, guys. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about a few things today on this goddamn front line. Let's go to First Chronicle, guys. Yeah, we like to open the book on the front line because we understand the book on the front line. Have I showed you anything else? Huh? My page is still open for debate to anybody that want to step to the corner on me. Oh, it's still open to debate because I understand this book better than most on this platform. And I've showed you that. I showed you my mother keeps opening up these, quote, mysteries to me. All right, guys? It ain't no damn mystery who betrayed Israel over here. I'm not over here talking about it was tribe on tribe, but not showing you which tribe. Nah, that ain't happening over here. I showed you very clearly what tribe it was. Never forget. Let's go to 1 Chronicles 5, 1 through 2. Because Moses, all right, Moses ran around and blessed people, and so did Jacob. But let's talk about who's supposed to rightfully be blessed here. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, for he was the firstborn. But for as much as he defiled his father's bed, his birthright was given unto the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel. And the genealogy is not to be reckoned after the birthright. It's who the Creator said it go to. For Judah prevailed above his brethren, and of him came the chief ruler. But the birthright was Josephus. I and I'm going to prove it. Me and my mama. Let's go to Deuteronomy 33. Because Moses is running around blessing people, right? Didn't I just tell y'all that we followed Genesis 49? That's where it linked Joseph to the everlasting hills and to the covenant that was passed down from Noah down. All right, guys? Because through Noah came the new earth after the flood. Remember that, guys? Noah was a husbandman. I told you in the KJV 1611. Y'all need to go back and watch Noah was a husbandman. I told y'all in that book, that was not a word we were using. We were not marrying in their customs, guys. So if you're running around calling yourself a husband, you better find out quickly that's not the word we were using. Refer to the KJV 1611 dictionary and look up the word husband. It's going to tell you in the America, we were not using that word, guys. All right. So they took away the birthright, the growing birthright, guys. I told you we were not tearing up the earth like this. So check this out now. I want to go down to Joseph. May the Lord bless his land with the precious dew from heavens above, with the deep waters that lie below. Do you know under this earth here, guys, we have in the Americas, we have aquifers, guys. Do you know that where I live in this county, they have given away the water rights to the Saudi royal family, guys? They are depleting the water table here. So now people that had wells that were 500 feet have to either dig deeper or move on out because they just ain't got the money to do it. That is why the Western plains of the Americas look so depleted, because they're tapping out this aquifer. How are they doing it? They're doing it by drilling for oil, guys, because they need high pressured water to crack open the earth. So they are also depleting the water systems and actually poisoning the water systems because their pipelines have cracks in them. You think mama ain't mad? Huh, watch and see. Rachel was a gatekeeper of this well. All right, guys. Rachel. She was the gatekeeper. She was the ewe lamb. Remember, Abraham left back 7 ewe lambs. I'm still digging on that. But I'm going to show y'all this aquifer real quick. Y'all need to dig into these ancient waters and these deep waters that belong to none other than Joseph, guys. Watch this. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 33. Because now we know that Joseph is getting the waters of the deep, right, guys? I done showed y'all this. That lie below. The best that the sun brings forth. We're in 14, guys. And the finest the moon can yield, with the choicest gifts of the ancient mountains. Guys, they done proved that in Allegheny that these were ancient mountains here, guys. Shout out to, I think it was one of the brothers I seen on Instagram that had posted that. I posted that here is the oldest tree ever living. What did they name her? The Methuselah, like they always do. Guys, Granddaddy Perp is a female plant. This is what they always do. You have bad allergies now because they didn't want to plant female plants in the cities. They planted mostly male plants that don't drop fruit. All right, guys, do your research. Let's keep going. I don't want to get off track. All right. It says, and the favor of him who dwelt in the burning bush. Let all these rest on the head of Joseph, on the brow of the prince among his brothers. In his majesty, he is like a firstborn bull. His horns are the horns of a wild ox. Guys, I researched the wild ox. That's the bison, guys. That's the bison here in the Americas, guys. I told you. I don't keep showing y'all stuff. I'm going to keep on doing it. I don't stop keep showing y'all stuff. Check this out. With them he will gore the nations, even those at the end of the earth. Such are the 10,000s of Ephraim. Such are the thousands of Manasseh. It was Joseph's, guys. Let's keep going. want to talk about the definition of a traitor. All right, guys? Because this is deeper than we thought it was, right? This is going to tell you right here what a traitor is. Right in the good old 1611 KJV, like I just told you to go research the word husband, right? Let's go. Traitor. One who violates his allegiance and betrays his country. One guilty of treason. One who in breach of trust. Why would you trust this person, huh? Probably because they're family. Delivers his country to its enemy. Well, didn't I show you that that's what Judah did with their treaty with Assyria? Because Judah was the vassal of Assyria, right? Didn't I show you that? So didn't I prove right here on the front line who the traitor already was? This is going to tell you that that person betrays their nation. They breach trust, guys. They're guilty of treason. Be careful who you revere. Be careful you're not standing next to a traitor. Let's keep going. So this person will deliver their country to its enemy. Wow. Or any fort or place entrusted to his defense. They deliver the fort to the enemy. All right. Or surrender to an enemy. All right. So even if you surrender to an enemy, you're a traitor. The body of troops to the enemy. You know, you pass over a body of troops to the enemy. All right, let's keep going. Unless when vanquished, or one who takes arms and levies, I like that word, war against his own country. Right here. Isn't that interesting? One who aids an enemy in conquering his country. Who that sound like, guys? According to the book. Anybody mad because I'm saying these things on the front line? Is mad with the Torah. I done told y'all before, these foes ain't mad at me. They mad at my law. I done told y'all that before. It's the book that said this. It's the book that said Judah let Assyria in. All right. It's the book that said Israel is no more. It's the book that said that the Creator is going to deal with the rebels and the traitors. Shamar ain't say it. Shamar just pointed to it. Shamar made sure she highlight that stuff every week for y'all right here on the front line. All right. That's what Shamar do. Let's keep going. There's a whole lot here about traitors. You know, they're going to scheme and conspire, maybe create a confederacy. Huh? In the good old city of Hebron, maybe they're going to create a confederacy, guys. Yeah. Traitorously. In violation of allegiance and trust. Yeah. That's what they do. That's what they do. Be careful who you glorify. Be careful who you're standing next to, guys. That's what I'm going to say today. Let's keep going. Because like Mimi said, they too close for comfort. A rebel. The Creator said they're going to deal. The rebels and the traitors are going to be dealt with. Because all of Israel is going to be back. They're going to be brought back. But is all of Israel going into the new land of Israel? Now that's the question, ain't it? That's the $1 million question, guys. It ain't looking like that. It ain't looking like that, guys. No. Ain't no traitors going to be let into the land of Israel. Are you out your mind? Huh? Ain't no traitors, according to my Creator, or no rebels going to be going to be allowed into the land of Israel. I showed y'all that last week. Right, guys? So what's a rebel? One who revolts from the government to which he owes allegiance. Owes allegiance. Yeah. Yeah, you owe allegiance to Israel, don't you? Why do you owe allegiance to Israel? Because you're glorifying yourself in the name of Israel, aren't you? You were bought out that promised land too. Huh? You were bought into the promised land. You were bought out of Israel too, weren't you, Judah? So you owe allegiance to Israel. Yeah, you do. You glorified yourself off of the name. Yeah, you did. Let's keep going. Either by openly renouncing the authority of that government or by taking arms and openly opposing it. Let's get to the bottom because I like this really. I really like this last sentence, guys. Let's get to it. A rebel differs from an enemy, as an enemy is one who does not owe allegiance to the government which he attacks. You see that, guys? That's the difference with a rebel and an enemy. See, Assyria was an enemy. Assyria didn't owe us shit. Assyria was an enemy. But Judah owed that allegiance to Israel because that's where the promise was. And according to Jacob, which I'm sure that came from the Creator, the blessing was on Joseph's head. Joseph was the protector. All right, guys? Says number 2, one who willfully violates the law. We done talked about that law last week, right? Yeah. One who disobeys a proclamation. Yeah, a villain who disobeys the Lord. They're going to keep on going with their further definitions, but we especially like those first 2, right, guys? Because there was law and statutes. I keep showing y'all that. Let's keep going. Why this week are we focused on Yosef? I'm going to show y'all why, guys. The more I dig on these daggone towns, guys, is the more I keep seeing hidden names in these towns, guys. So I wanted to research if I could find anything linking our forefather Joseph, right, to these lands. Guess what, guys? We damn sure did. Let me show y'all something. And guess where it's close to? Hebron, guys. It's close to Hebron. It's in good old Utah. Check this out, guys. Iosipa. They'll say it's pronounced Yosipa. Sounds like a song, don't it? Yosipa. It's a ghost town, guys. In Story Rock, Skull Valley, Utah. It's a ghost town, guys. The picture we open with, that's a memorial headstone there, guys. Yeah. Looks very melanated too, don't it? They call it Skull Valley. Interesting. There's a trail. Yeah. Let's keep going, guys. So there's some coordinates. If you ever want to get on down and check out Story Rock, I plan on it. I plan on it. Hit me up if you guys are thinking about going. We could do a whole trip, but we ain't going to go on a certain day. I'm going to show you guys why. I just want to peek around. All right. This is an aerial photo right here of the original settlement, right? All right. The only foundation, all right, and a fire hydrant remain. Now, isn't that interesting that there's a fire hydrant? All of the buildings have crumbled, guys, but somehow there is a fire hydrant. This means they got some sort of ancient piping system leading to some sort of well. Right, guys? I mean, watch when I show you the dates that this area was inhabited. But yet there's a fire hydrant. I done told y'all, stop thinking of these people rubbing sticks together, guys. I done told y'all this. Let's keep going. Yosipa was settled by Hawaiian and other Polynesian members, right? They're going to say of the Latter-day Church is the JC. They immigrated to Salt Lake City to be close to Salt Lake Temple. They're going to tell you about 200 people live there now. All right, had lived there. All that's left at the town center are building foundations and some piles of crumbled concrete. Now remember, I opened with this picture of this headstone, guys, right? All right. To the northeast of the original town is the Cemetery Pavilion and other buildings. The buildings are used for reunions and celebrations. There are many signs that tell you about the history of Josipa. The town folks built canals, planted crops, raised pigs, and even built the Kanaka Lake Reservoir, which is to the northwest of town still. So here are these headstones that remain. I mean, they don't look so ancient, but there they are. You can tell by all the graves that the people faced incredible hardships. I wonder why. Maybe there's the dates on the graves, guys. Because not far from the town that I live in, right, there's a grave, right, a cemetery. And it's a ghost town too, guys. So I've gone to a couple of ghost towns here in Zion. A lot of the graves will have baby graves, guys. And they'll say it's from the Spanish flu, you know, from the Spanish came over and got everybody sick. All right, guys. And these graves are of babies that didn't even really make it to like 1 or 2 years old. So I'm wondering if the person said this because possibly the age is on the graves. Because what are you going to be able to tell just by looking at these headstones, guys, that somebody suffered hardship, right? It's going to say their name, their age, and their date that they died, the age they were born, or at least the year they were born, and the year they died. So this is what they're talking about. All right. It says they traded their tropical homes to a desert landscape with extremely limited resources. Yet they did their best to make it home. They planted yellow roses, fruit trees, and raised fish. They're in a desert, but they're raising fish, guys. So come on, guys. That's hydroponics. These people are using advanced systems. Systems we're really just starting to use. This is hydroponic, okay? When you raise fish in the desert, okay? That's hydroponic system right there. You can grow your plants off of it while you recycle the water, and you can have fish readily available just with large tanks, guys. All right? Let's keep going. By the year 1915, it says a temple was announced to be built in Hawaii. Almost all of the Josipa settlers moved back home. Okay? So they're going to say, take a walk through the cemetery and learn about the settlers and the town Josipa. It was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1971. All right? It's in the National Register. Check this out. There is a rock there. Story Rock. The hike to Story Rock is steep and moderately difficult. About a quarter mile up, the trail disappears. You're forced to walk through thick weeds and shrubs to get to the rock. In warmer months, be very aware of snakes. They got garter snakes and rattlesnakes, guys, okay? Let's keep going. It says he searched for the elusive rock for about 4 hours. All right. It says that there were drawn on the rocks, like right here. It says his mother told him that settlers must have been homesick to draw depictions of sea turtles, a beach with birds and the sun, whales, starfish, boats, and more. All right. And they're going to call these petroglyphs. All right. So petroglyphs are just pictures that they will say tell a story. You know, and here goes some of the pictures. All right, guys. So this is Josipa, located in Utah. Let's see, I think I got a few more stories, guys, about Josipa. Let's see what else we got in this folder. I'm going to call it a roadside attraction. Skull Valley. All right, they also call this area Skull Valley. Nestled at the base of Salt Mountain, right? And salt kind of everlasting. Doesn't salt preserve? We're going to have to dig into that mountain right there, guys. We've seen a couple of mountains listed close to areas that, to me, are described in Genesis 49 as the locality of Joseph, guys. Now they're talking about a salt mountain. We also heard of an everlasting mountain, right, guys? When we talked about last week's study concerning Tulsa. All right, guys, so we need to look into this because to me, salt is an everlasting preserver. We cure with salt. All right, guys. In the very desolate Skull Valley, west of Salt Lake City, Yosipa is a fascinating place with a unique history. The history of Yosipa begins in 1889. So don't forget, guys, that fire hydrant sitting there in 1889. All right? They're going to call these Polynesian settlers chose lots and began a town. The group was drawn together by more than common Polynesian roots. All right? It's going to say they were faithful members of the LDS Church and that they created a community in such a stark landscape that required incredible hard work, faith, and a tight-knit group of people. They built a school, a church. They were always talking about a school and a church got built. Good old Mormons are there. What does Mormon sound like, guys? Right. Today, all that remains in the Yosipa Cemetery, is the cemetery, a mile or so north of the original town site. That's all that remains, guys, is the cemetery. The bones. All right, guys, remember that. The cemetery was improved in the late 1900s to include a pavilion, a restroom, and other facilities. Why do they want to do all of this to this little place in the middle of nowhere, guys? Ask yourself that. Why would they want to build in the 1900s a pavilion, a restroom, and facilities? It says visitors are welcome and encouraged to stop and visit anytime. However, Memorial Day is an especially festive time when 1,000 people converge in the site for a luau and to share in a sense of community. That's interesting. Really interesting. Yosipa is in Skull Valley, about 50 miles west of Salt Lake City. All right, so here are the directions, guys. Anybody good with directions? Pull up outside, beep, beep. I'm jumping in. Let's go. The ground dirt road quickly branches. It said the good dirt road quickly branches, go right and follow the road. All right, so all the directions are here. They got the route listed. They got photos. So why would these people erect this stuff in the middle of nowhere? A scorpion? This is a good question to ask yourself. They left us clues in the middle of nowhere. They come every year. They converge for Memorial Day. There's a salt mountain. What do you know? Let's keep going, guys. All right. Remembering Yosipa. All right, guys. It's telling you again. The Hawaiians arrived in Skull Valley. Hundreds of Pacific Islanders lived, toiled, and some died in Skull Valley, Utah. The remote valley is about 75 miles southwest of Salt Lake City. All right. It says they were, it says in the 1870s, the Hawaiian government eased restrictions on the immigration, and the Hawaiian Saints, as the church refers to the members, began their journey eastward to Utah. All right, they got old photos here of, of the inhabitants, right, guys? I pulled this up because look, Yosipans dressed up for the annual conference with the Mormons. Guys, look at this picture. I don't know if I got this bright enough for y'all. Oh, it is pretty bright. Look at this picture, guys. You're going to see some melanated people amongst a bunch of these folks. I'm thinking the melanated people are the locals, and the non-melanated people are the LDS church members. Just saying. All right. And so we got a photo here, courtesy of Brigham Young. Brigham Young is everywhere, y'all. Didn't I show y'all that last week? 1898 portrait of a Yosipan mother and child. Guys, look at this picture. This lady looked like her name is Wanda. And she got JoJo sitting on her lap. Y'all know it. Wanda and little JoJo. Look, am I lying? This is who's in Yosipa. Guys, this is who's in Yosipa. They're melanated people, guys. The baby hair looked more tightly textured than hers. She might have just put some little curlers in there. You understand what I'm saying? Really look at this face. Tell me this don't look like a Wanda. And little baby JoJo. Come on, y'all. This is our people, man. Darn sure look like it. Just saying, they look melanated. I can't say 100% they the tribe of Joseph, but what I tell you is them people look melanated. I could say that with 100% certainty. They're gonna talk down here about Memorial Day. Let's see something. Early Memorial Day weekend, descendants of the original Yosipa pioneers, all right, the pioneers, and other Polynesians gather in the desert to honor those who came before. All right. It's sponsored by the Historical Association and includes a giant luau. It's a tradition for children to clean the graves at the cemetery. About 1,500 people attend the Memorial Day celebration, the post-Memorial Day. They built a kitchen, a pavilion, a water well. They installed bathrooms. They are hoping to install power. Even though the desert has reclaimed Yosipa and the town site is gone, it won't be forgotten. It is sacred, and the legacy, the town they built, and the sacrifices the Polynesians made will live on forever. One can feel it when looking over the expanse of the austere beauty of Skull Valley. Reading the names on the headstones in the cemetery that seems so out of place in the desert surroundings, and watching it in the evenings as the desert sunset bathes the landscape and the wind rustles everything it touches. They call this a really beautiful place. They go to clean the headstones of the legacy of the people that seem out of place. It's a really interesting statement, guys. I'm going to end on this verse right here, guys. Remember, they call Yosipa Skull Valley. Let's read this. Ezekiel 37, 1 through 14. The valley of dry bones. The hand of the Lord was on me, and he brought me out by the Spirit of the Lord and set me in the middle of a valley. It was full of bones. He led me back and forth among them, and I saw a great many bones on the floor of the valley, bones that were dry. He asked me, Son of man, can these bones live? I said, Sovereign Lord, you alone know. Then he said to me, Prophesy to these bones and say to them, Dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. This is what the Sovereign Lord says to these bones. I will make breath into you, and you will come to life. I will attach tendons to you and make flesh come upon you and cover you with skin. I will put breath in you, and you'll come to life. Then you'll know that I am the Lord. So I prophesied as I was commanded. And as I was prophesying, there was a noise, a rattling sound, and the bones came together, bone to bone. I looked, and tendons and flesh appeared on them, and skin covered them, but there was no breath in them. Then he said to me, prophesy to the breath, prophesy, son of man, and say to it, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Come, breath, from the four winds, and breathe into these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath entered them. They came to life and stood on their feet, a vast army. Then he said to me, son of man, these bones are the people of Israel. They say, our bones are dried up, and our hope is gone. We are cut off. Therefore, prophesy and say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. My people, I'm going to open your graves and bring you up from them. I will bring you back to the land of Israel. Then you, my people, will know that I am the Lord when I open your graves and bring you up from them. I'll put my spirit in you, and you will live, and I will settle you in your own land. Then you will know that I am the Lord, that I have spoken and I have done it, declares the Lord. I hope you heard that, Israel. Much love from the front line. I'll see y'all next week. Take care. Thanks for tuning in.